If you walked into your local corner shop in 1985, you'd find crisps that literally don't exist anymore. Not rebranded, not reformulated, gone. Deleted from history like they never happened. But here's what nobody talks about. These weren't market failures. Number 7 was deliberately destroyed by its own parent company. Number 5 caused tabloid hysteria about corrupting children. And number 1? When it died, the Northeast nearly rioted. These are 10 British crisps that vanished from corner shops. And number 3 started as a joke, but ended up making £3.6 million. Number 10. Piglets, the hollow bacon pigs. Right, we're starting at number 10 with something that shouldn't have worked, but absolutely did. Piglets, actual 3-dimensional pig-shaped crisps, not flat, not ridged. Hollow pigs that you could hold up to the light and see through. 20 pence in 1985 from the corner shop. That distinctive yellow packet with cartoon pigs that looked slightly demented. Burton's biscuits made them from potato flour dough, rolled and cut into pig shapes, then deep fried until they puffed up into these hollow, crunchy miracles. The challenge was finding an intact pig in your bag. Most were broken, legs missing, heads crushed. But when you found a perfect one, that was winning. You'd save it till last. Show your mates. Some absolute legends would collect perfect pigs in their pencil cases. The flavour was bacon, obviously. What else would a pig-shaped crisp taste like? Though there are people, and they'll fight you about this, who swear blind there was a bacon and bean flavour. 30 years later, they're still arguing about it on forums. One person on Facebook remembered their mum buying them an entire box from the cash and carry. A whole box. Imagine the power. You'd be playground royalty with a box of piglets. Burton's brought back fish and chips in 2014 after customer campaigns. But piglets, still gone. Despite petitions, despite Facebook groups, despite people calling them the crisps of my dreams. They vanished because they were too hard to make. Too many broken pigs. Too much waste. Capitalism has no room for whimsy. But at least piglets were meant for children. Number 9, that was meant for grown-ups, but we nicked them anyway. Number 9, Brannigans. The pub. Crisp that burned. Brannigans. Just saying the name makes my sinuses remember. Those thick, ridged crisps that came in brown paper bags like they were too dangerous for normal packaging. Roast beef and mustard that could clear a blocked nose from 3 feet away. Ham and pickle that made your saliva glands actually hurt from the sourness. 40 pence from the offie. You weren't supposed to have them. They were pub crisps, adult crisps, the kind your dad brought home from the working men's club on Friday nights. That first bite was violence. The ridges scraped your mouth. The flavouring attacked your tongue. The mustard, and I need you to understand, this wasn't normal mustard flavouring. This was concentrated English mustard essence that burned its way down your throat. We loved them because they hurt. KP discontinued Brannigans in September 2020, said there was declining demand. Declining demand. There are 3 separate petitions to bring them back. People on Reddit call them the single best crisp to have ever graced this planet. When they switched from brown paper bags to foil packets around 2000, fans knew something had shifted. The crisps were the same, but the experience wasn't. Sometimes packaging is the product. What we lost wasn't just intense flavour. We lost the idea that crisps could be genuinely challenging. That snacks could hurt you, and that was the point. Number 8, hurt in a different way. It corrupted the entire country. Number 8, horror bags. The X-rated snacks. October 1974. Your local Woolworths. The crisp aisle. There they are. Black packets with horror movie graphics. Smith's horror bags. And the Daily Mail is furious. X certificate snacks inappropriate for children. The headlines screamed, which obviously made every child in Britain desperate for them. 5 different shapes, each more deranged than the last. Fangs. Cheese and onion vampire teeth you could actually wear in your mouth. Bones. Salt and vinegar skeleton pieces. Claws. Bacon-flavoured monster claws. RIBS. Vampire vinegar. That sounded like a spell. And bats. Bat burger. Beef flavour that arrived in 1978 like a greatest hits album. These weren't just crisps. They were toys. They were props. You could wear the fangs and chase your sister. Build a skeleton from the bones. Use the claws for monster impressions. Frank Thornton. Yes, Captain Peacock from Are You Being Served played Dracula in the TV adverts. Peak, 1970s, Britain. A sitcom star selling horror snacks to children. £4 million. That's what horror bags were generating at their peak. £4 million in 1970s money. From crisps shaped like horror props. By 1979, they'd vanished. No explanation, no farewell tour, just gone. Like they'd been exorcised from British shops. The tabloid panic probably helped kill them. Parents' groups, moral guardians, the same people who thought Dungeons and Dragons was satanic. They couldn't handle crisps that let children play with death. Multiple petitions exist today begging for their return. Middle-aged adults desperately wanting to wear cheese and onion vampire fangs again. We'll never get them back. Too weird, too problematic, too much fun for modern Britain. Speaking of problematic, number 7 proves we'll literally do anything if it's marketed right. Number 7. Outer Spacers. The Star Wars. Generation's weakness, 1977. Star Wars changes everything, and KP Snacks sees an opportunity. Outer Spacers. Crispy corn snacks for cosmonauts, the packets promised. 5 pence, half the price of a comic. Perfect pocket money purchase. But here's the genius. Different shapes for different flavours. Letter A, shapes for beef burger. Rings for pickled onion space stations. Crosses for chutney-flavoured starships. You weren't just eating crisps, you were consuming the space age. The beef ones turned your fingers orange. Proper orange. The kind that wouldn't wash off. You'd go to school the next day still branded as an Outer Spacers kid. Then it got weird. Early 1980s, they become alien spacers. Sigwe Sputnik-style cartoon aliens on the packets. Colours that didn't exist in nature. The chutney crosses now came in nuclear yellow. The pickled onion rings in toxic green. The promotions were insane. Star Wars fighter kites for 95 pence and 3 empty packets. Giant space posters showing the solar system mixed with Doctor Who, Star Trek and Dan Dare. They were teaching us astronomy through corn snacks. By 1987, they'd morphed into Space Raiders. Same company, same concept, but something essential was lost. The innocence. The belief that space-themed snacks could transport us to the future. One fan wrote, "Whatever that E number was, it had my number." Perfect. We knew they were destroying us, and we didn't care. But some crisps weren't trying to destroy us. They were just trying to belong. Number 6 was different. Number 6. Fish and chips. Seaside nostalgia in a bag. Burton's Fish and Chips. The snack that was exactly what it said it was. Fish-shaped pieces, chip-shaped pieces, salt and vinegar flavouring, wrapped in newspaper print packaging, like proper chips from the seafront. 30 pence for a bag of pure British seaside, even in landlocked Birmingham in February. These weren't potato crisps. They were savoury biscuit snacks, but that didn't matter. When you opened that packet, you could smell Blackpool. You could hear seagulls. You could feel sand in your shoes that wasn't there. Better than the real thing, people said. And on a rainy Tuesday after school, they were right. Then they vanished. Years passed, people forgot. Until Facebook happened. Suddenly, everyone was sharing memories of fish and chips. The campaigns started, the petitions. Burton's was bombarded. And here's the beautiful bit. Burton's actually listened. January 2014. Fish and chips return. Same newspaper packaging, same shapes, same flavour that tastes like childhood seaside holidays that were probably terrible, but memory has made perfect. You can buy them right now. Today. ASDA, Iceland. The corner shop if you're lucky. Sometimes, not often, but sometimes, we win one back from the past. But for every fish and chips resurrection, there's a cautionary tale. Number 5 shows what happens when you mess with perfection. Number 5, Monster Munch, the shrinking tragedy. I need to be careful here. Monster Munch still exists. But what exists now isn't Monster Munch. It's a tribute act, a shadow, a lie. 1977, Smiths launches the Prime Monster. A pun so bad it was brilliant. 1978, it becomes Monster Munch. The biggest snack pennies can buy. And they meant it. These things were huge. Original flavours that mattered. Roast beef with the pink monster. Pickled onion with the yellow monster. The flavour so strong it was basically chemical warfare. Cheese and onion that brought whole new meaning to cheesy feet. 2 different shapes. The monster paw we still have. And a circular thing with bumps for eyes and a tongue hanging out that looked like it was having a stroke. Pure 1970s nightmare fuel. We loved them. Then Walkers took over in 1995 and they destroyed everything. They shrank them. By more than half, they changed the recipe. They switched from frying to baking. They turned our monsters into mice. The outcry was immediate. Letters to newspapers, complaints to the BBC. This was before social media. People had to actually write physical letters about crisp size. That's how much it mattered. 2008, Walker's tries to make amends. Mega Monster Munch, they call them. Original size, original style packaging, but they're still baked, still wrong, still not the tongue-burning, roof-of-mouth destroying weapons we remember. The yellow pickled onion monster was called Zook. The pink roast beef one was called Chewbacca, until Lucasfilm's lawyers got involved. These are the things that mattered to us. Monster Munch exists, but our Monster Munch, that died in 1995. Sometimes the saddest losses are the ones that pretend they're still here. Number 4 wasn't pretending anything, it was exactly what it claimed to be. Number 4, Hedgehog Flavour. Crisps, the illegal joke. The Vaults pub in Welsh Pool, Wales. Landlord Philip Lewis has had a few pints and makes a joke about hedgehog-flavoured crisps. Then he actually makes them. This is real. This happened. A Welsh publican created hedgehog flavour crisps based on tales of gypsies baking hedgehogs in clay. No actual hedgehogs were harmed. It was pork fat and herbs. But the cartoon hedgehog on the packet suggested otherwise. Here's where it gets properly mental. 1982. The Office of Fair Trading sues him under the Trade Descriptions Act. The government suing a man over joke crisps. The settlement was incredible. Lewis had to interview actual gypsies about what hedgehog really tasted like. He had to commission Wolverhampton Polytechnic to create authentic hedgehog flavouring. He had to change the name from hedgehog flavoured to hedgehog flavour. That one letter U apparently made it legal. By 1991, they're turning over £3.6 million. Million. From a pub joke about hedgehogs. The hedgehog tokens were genius. Collect 20, they donate to the British Hedgehog Preservation Society. You're eating hedgehog crisps to save actual hedgehogs. You couldn't make it up. Philip Lewis died in 2017. The crisps had been gone since 1994, but people still ask for them, still Google them, still want to eat crisps that taste like something they've never tasted because someone told them it tastes like pork fat and herbs. That's the power of a good story, even if it's completely mad. Speaking of mad, number 3 trained an entire generation in capitalism. Number 3, XL Crisps, Lancashire's cheese weapon. If you lived in the Northwest in the 1980s, you know exactly what I'm about to say. XL Crisps, the cheesiest cheese crisps ever created. Light green packet, made in Great Harwood, Lancashire. And they were perfect. Not good, not great, perfect. That cheese flavour was violent. Aggressive, it attacked your mouth and took no prisoners. Other cheese and onion crisps tasted like someone had whispered the word cheese near a potato. XL cheese tasted like someone had punched you with a block of mature cheddar. Rishi Crisps made them. Family company. Actual people making actual crisps in an actual factory you could drive past. This was before everything was owned by 3 companies pretending to be 30. They had beef barbecue. They had Bovril. Yes, Bovril flavoured crisps. But it was the cheese that mattered, always the cheese. 1986, the Great Harwood factory closes. Apparently, there were contract issues over potato quality that destroyed the M&S relationship. 30 years of crisp making ended because someone wanted to save 3p per kilo. Golden Wonder owns the XL brand now. You can still find them in Cumbria, some pubs in Carlisle, parts of the Lake District, but it's not the same. It's heritage touring. It's historical reenactment. The real XL Crisps died with that factory. What exists now is just the echo. But at least 40 tried to survive. Number 2 was murdered in broad daylight. Number 2, Tudor, the Northeast's identity. We're nearly there, number 2. And this one's personal if you're from the Northeast. Tudor Crisps. For 40 years, this wasn't just a snack in Newcastle, Sunderland and Middlesbrough. This was identity. This was belonging. This was us versus them. 2/3. That's the market share Tudor had in the Northeast and Scotland. 2/3. Walkers could get in the bin. Golden Wonder could do one. Tudor was ours. The flavours were absolutely mental. Ready? Deep breath. Kipper. Kipper flavoured crisps in purple packets with cartoon fish. Gammon and pineapple. Like having Sunday dinner in crisp form. Hot dog and mustard. Mint sauce. Mint sauce. Brown sauce. Just brown sauce. Chocolate, which everyone agrees was absolutely revolting. Sweet and sour. spring onion that actually tasted of spring onions, and savoury vinegar in blue and yellow packets, so acidic it could strip paint, so strong it made your cheeks touch in the middle, so perfect that 30 years later people still dream about it. The TV adverts were art. 1970s, Geordie paperboy bribed with a canny bag of Tudor. 1980s, same actor, now rich, driving a Rolls Royce, still eating Tudor. The character aged with us. He was us. Walker's kills Tudor, just kills it. 40 years of history, gone. The Peterlee factory limped on until 2017, making Walker's Crisps in the building that built Tudor. Like making your murdered friend's family cook dinner for their killer. Online petitions, Facebook campaigns, Chronicle letter pages full of rage. Nothing. Walker's doesn't care, PepsiCo doesn't care, 50-year-old Tudor packets still turn up during beach cleans, packets from 1973 still intact. They'll outlast Walker's, they'll outlast all of us. Tudor wasn't just crisps, Tudor was the Northeast winning something, and now, number one. Number one. Smith's Crisps, the original and best. Number one, the vanished crisp that started everything and ended with betrayal. Smith's Crisps. With the little blue salt bag. If you don't know about the little blue salt bag, you don't know about British crisps. This was ritual, this was ceremony, this was the original and best. Frank Smith starts making crisps in his garage in Cricklewood, invents the crisp packet, changes Britain forever, but salt makes crisps go soggy, so he includes it separately. In a little blue twisted paper sachet. Genius. Opening a packet of Smith's was archaeology. You'd dig through the crisps, hunting for that blue treasure. Sometimes it was at the bottom, sometimes wrapped around a crisp like a gift, sometimes disaster, missing entirely. Finding the salt bag was winning. You had choice, power. Salt them all. Salt none and eat the bag separately like the absolute maverick you were. Salt half and give the rest to your sister who you actually quite liked that day. This was democracy in action. This was freedom. The crisps themselves were perfect. Thicker than modern crisps, irregular, some burnt, some folded, some giant mutants you'd save till last. They tasted of actual potato. Mad concept now? Smith's owned British Crisps. They invented the cheese and onion flavour. They created the first prawn cocktail. They made crisps what crisps became. Then, 1989. PepsiCo buys Smith's and murders it. Not quickly, slowly. First they merge it with Walker's, then they phase out the Smith's brand. By the 1990s, Smith's exists only as sub-brands. Chipsticks, Frazzles, Remnants, the little blue salt bag, gone. That choice, that ritual, that moment of childhood autonomy, deleted. They kept the Smith's name in Australia. Australia, the country that invented Smith's Crisps, can't buy Smith's Crisps. But Australians can. There's a metaphor there somewhere about what happened to British industry, but I'm too angry to find it. Someone on eBay is selling a 1960s Smith's Crisps packet, empty, for £75. We're literally buying back our emptiness. Smith's Crisps with the little blue salt bag wasn't just a crisp. It was the last time we had control over something, even if that something was just how salty we wanted our crisps. PepsiCo took that away, gave us ready salted, decided for us, like they decided Tudor had to die, like they decided Monster Munch should shrink, like they decided we didn't deserve choice. But we remember. We remember the little blue bag. We remember Tudor. We remember them all, because they might have vanished from corner shops, but they'll never vanish from us. So that's 10 British crisps that vanished, but I know I've missed your favourite. What crisp haunts your memories? Which discontinued flavour keeps you awake at night? Drop it in the comments below. Share this with someone who remembers when crisps were an adventure, when every packet was different, when corner shops mattered. And if you want more content about the Britain we lost, the one where companies were local, where choice meant something, where a packet of crisps could define your identity, hit subscribe. We just recently made a video called 15 British Drinks That Vanished from Corner Shops. We're sure you'll love it. Until then, check the back of your cupboards. You might have history hiding in there, even if it's 50 years past its sell-by date.